live in the habitat. I'm a scavenger. I look for salvageable resources needed to sustain this place. My buddy Seja is a maintenance engineer. Our jobs require us to go outside the habitat regularly. One day, he didn't come back from his shift. It's dangerous out there. Easy to get lost, run out of resources, and die. They say he went into the deep willingly, which is suicide without proper training. Even scavengers only go on well-researched paths. I have to know why he went out, so I volunteered to investigate. Hello everyone, SinisterHeart here, and we're back with another video. This one being the demo for MEGANAUT, a game that takes place in the Lorne's Lure universe, so expect a lot more Megastructure exploration coming here soon. This demo is only around, if I recall correctly, about 10 to 15 minutes long, so this will be a relatively shorter video for today, but you get your Megastructure fix once again. As we saw, we are venturing out to find our lost friend Seja. It says, ascend and talk to the maintenance engineers in the area for clues, ascend and descend with Q and E respectively. Okay, so I ascend. Do I move around or am I just ascending right now? So clearly this part of the Megastructure that we are venturing through is submerged underwater. I don't think we really have seen many parts of the Megastructure that had to do with water in Lorne's Lure. We saw some sections that were almost sewer-like, but this is the first time we've truly seen an entire section that's actually underwater that we're exploring. How do I interact with you again? E? Oh hey, I heard an investigator would come out here. Looking for Seja, eh? Yeah, I worked with him, but I didn't know him very well. Strange guy, kept to himself, mostly talked about weird stuff. I saw him working near the guide wire above, the one that stretches out into the structure. Maybe talk to some of the maintenance workers up there. They might have more intel for you. So I'm gonna guess that this game explores more of the dangers of the Megastructure that the average person has to deal with. I assume, like with Lorne's Lure, our protagonist is probably bioorganic. That would be my guess. Much in the same way. But we still definitely need oxygen, so who knows? For all we know, with Lorne's Lure, the main character being essentially an android by that point, if that's more of the less of the norm and more of an out of the ordinary thing, perhaps it was the norm for that section of the Megastructure, and maybe this is a more biologically contained section of the Megastructure. Again, we are deep, deep underwater, though. Who knows how much of this is all just water? Hello. Seja? I don't know where he went. Always complaining about the job. I don't know what he was looking for. This is a dream job. Anyway, I wasn't really a close friend or nothing. Talked to Salko over there on the guide rail. I think they were close buddies. Alright, good to know. Is that like a guiding sphere, maybe? That's above our heads, so maybe it's just a light that we keep near us? Alright, so I guess we go this way, guiding rail. I'm supposing for getting shipments in and out? Perhaps protecting the transpose from organisms or other entities outside of the transpo wire? The guide wire? Seja? Good guy. Never settled or satisfied. The kind of fellow who'd get bored in an instant while you would talk to him. He kept talking about going beyond the lab. Should have been a scavenger and not a maintenance engineer. I bet he's lost somewhere, just waiting for a rescue team, the idiot. You should check the abandoned lab up ahead for clues. It's not too far if you just follow the guide rails down, and it will be your way. Okay, so I guess we just follow this and find the abandoned lab. Scavengers. Okay, so are the guide rails here and the transpose actually used regularly? Like, do they go somewhere to other settlements, for instance, for trading? Or what? Clearly they're doing repairs on it though, so clearly it's used for something. I would assume, you know, transporting materials from one place to another. Guess this is the other guide rail. Okay, let's keep on going down. I think I see the abandoned lab. The abandoned lab though. So is the abandoned lab something that was pre the fall of, you know, man in this Megastructure, or is it something built afterwards? I guess the big question is, if it's a lab, what are we out here studying? Well, we just drop right out into the open. Don't like that very much. We'll ignore the ongoing thalassophobia. And so the guide rail just fully stops. So once again, is the guide rail actually used, or is it something else entirely? They're doing repairs on it, so who knows? It looks like Seiji was here. His name comes up in the access log. Search query suggests he was looking for a tool called M-Inject. This is an experimental tool that can inject code into Megastructure control systems. The query returned to a result. There are 3 such tools available in this lab. Perhaps if you find one of them, you can follow up Seiji's path? Well, look for M-Inject tool. Okay, so let's go try to find a tool. How will we know if we found it, though? I guess there's some other glowing things, so let's hop down to some of these other spots. That looks like... Is that a... Nope, that is kind of walled off there. Okay. These papers look like they're from a manual for the suit in the display. It describes the suit functionally in some detail. Purpose: to filter out toxic spores from the atmosphere. Operating temperature: negative 157 degrees Celsius to 121 degrees Celsius. Propulsion system via levitation orb. Upgrades: attachable components like the M-Inject tool can be used to augment suit function. Okay, so that's orb is to help us levitate. Control methods: gesture and EEG signals are used to control the suit and various attachments. Power control: energy needed to control the suit is derived from the orb's nuclear power source. Okay, so we have a walking nuclear bomb on our head. This technology is quite incredible. Okay, cool. Is this orb? A display version of the quantum levitation orb that your suit uses to move around. Quantum levitation allows for silent propulsion and precise controls. It is nuclear powered and is tethered to your suit to provide it power remotely. Temperature is efficient to maintain, given extremely low ambient temperature in the megastructure. Functionality may reduce in hotter parts of the structure where walking is necessary. The orb can still be used as a light and a power source in this case. Okay, so maybe it seems like in this game we'll hop in and out of being in water. But all the parkouring madness we are accustomed to with Lauren's Lure seems to be an element we'll not be exploring this time around. And judging from what I saw, this seems like a more horror-centric version of Lauren's Lure. Same megastructure, same universe, similar lore, but a completely different section that could be light years away for all we know. We have no idea how massive this megastructure actually is. The terminal says that the elevator is online and functional. It can only be controlled with a special tool. I'm gonna assume that that is the M-Inject. Let's continue poking around then. We saw something green over here. Are you the M-Inject? Here. A functional M-Inject tool. You take it. Nice, okay. Anything else below? Or is that pretty much, that's pretty much it, okay. So we use this to then traverse down deeper into the depths of the megastructure. The terminal says that the elevator is online and functional. It can only be controlled with a special tool. How do I use it then? Maybe I just hop into the elevator? There we go. Elevator acted by M-Inject, descending to base. Okay, I guess we go down. Last week, I searched Seiji's apartment for clues to his whereabouts. What I found was concerning. Oh shit. We were just out and about. The shitter? The toilet? What's this? Today I'm going down there. I know others left the habitat. I want to see the truth. Okay, so we intentionally left the habitat. What's this? There is a crumpled up note in the trash. There's always something below when I'm out there. It keeps calling to me. Nobody else sees it. Perhaps the lure that was seen in Lauren's Lure, what did I call it? Like a digital owl? A phantom owl pulling our main character further and further down? What's all this? There are unwashed clothes everywhere. So this person Seija is obsessed with going lower and lower into the megastructure, likely on a very similar, if not the same path, as our protagonist from Lauren's Lure itself. This kitchen is disgusting. And they are obsessed with going lower and finding the truth. All these notes? Seija has some strange crumpled up notes on his desk. Where are we anyway? Where is the habitat? I know it's in the structure, but what is the structure? Good questions. Honestly, yeah. Honestly, good questions. Alright, so not everything is underwater. Seems like we have some sections that are up here relatively normal, like a standard city street, which is very, very different from the environments we saw in the other parts of Lauren's Lure. So perhaps this takes place very early on in the Megastructure's life, compared to Lauren's Lure, for instance. Takes place around the same time, maybe later on, who knows? Who's really to say? I mean, in a Megastructure like this, does time genuinely even matter? It's all a matter of perspective anyway. Okay, what does it say? An employee manual open to a page saying, don't go too far from the habitat without explanation. Sage has circled it for some reason. He also has a webpage open showing statistics of fatality rates and reasons on the job. Unexplained disappearances do happen, but at a low rate of 5% of fatalities. So something's out there. Something's got to be out there eating them. Chomp them down, something like that. Okay, so I think we got everything. Do we just leave? There wasn't much about his precise location, but generally down seems the way to go. I better head to the outside. And out we go. Okay, so doing as Seja did, and we were heading down. Is there? I'm gonna guess that we just need to kind of follow this rebar, massive piece of rebar. Again, the question becomes, I know there's some theories floating out about like who or what built the Megastructure based upon Lauren's Lure. It's been a hot minute since I last played it, so I'm a bit fuzzy on the lore all around. I know there's some like maybe god, or god that they captured, or man that they made into a god, who then rebelled and trapped them all in an unending Megastructure, including itself. Okay, let's keep going down. That light is genuinely blinding. Oh, there's something over here. At least I see green glowing over here. I assume it's something. PDF of some kind? The direction maybe we need to go? I also want to point out, the movement and stylization is so vastly different from Lauren's Lure. Big ol' fan. The fan is kept running by 3 power nodes. Remove the batteries from the nodes to turn off the fan. Okay, let's go follow these wires and turn off the node. Like aesthetically, pretty damn similar to Lauren's Lure, but functionality-wise and presentation, very, very different. Again, Lauren's Lure reads like a science fiction mystery that we are uncovering. This feels more horrifying. How do I take that out? Okay. 1 down. Wonder what the fan's even used for? Just to keep the water oxygenated, maybe? Keep it flowing? Perhaps it has a function elsewhere in the Megastructure and we are dooming the entire population in the search for Seja. Granted, if they were taken out and Seja did go that way, then odds are someone put them back in. What exactly, I don't know. Where is the last one at? Man, do we move slowly. Deep rumbling sounds. Alright, let's go grab this one and then go back through the thing. So the fan should be off, right? Should be good to go? Pass on through? Sure hope we're able to go back up the elevator. We do have the M-inject tool. I guess we'll see. Now into another large, long tunnel we go. Not too uncommon for a game like Lauren's Lure or a game about megastructures. And down we go. Must be trippy seeing their own shadow as they venture down. Seja must be a really good friend for us to do that. To do all this. Perhaps more? Who's to say? Okay, so it has a bottom, and then we go here. And it just sits in front of us instead. Very cool. What are your thoughts and theories about this section of the megastructure? Why entirely underwater? What is that? Oh, that's someone else. How do we get over there? At least that looks like someone else. There's definitely a body there and one of the nuclear orbs. Quantum orbs, or whatever. Yeah, that appears to be a person. But it's a bit suspicious that they're just kind of sitting there. Think they're dead? Is that a corpse? I guess we go investigate and see what happens. Oh, fuck my ass. You did not need to do all that. Where am I going? Where am I looking? Right here. Hello? You good? Yeah, this seems like a corpse. That's a dead body. Is this Seja? Oh no, they've been here a minute. They've been here a while. They are decomposing. This is not Seja. They are dead. Their distress light is on. It looks like they've been down here quite a while. I wonder what a maintenance engineer is doing this far from the wall. Perhaps they got lost? I don't really know. Why would they come down here? Maybe doing what we're doing, searching for a lost friend? Comrade? Someone they knew? I don't know, but it is quite unsettling seeing their body just floating out here. So a lot of questions being posed here on what exactly is going on. Again, operating on the assumption that the entity or the force pulling Seja down is the same one from Lawrence Lure, but for all we know, it could be some other monstrosity. But it is all connected in the end to Lawrence Lure, so let's roll with what we know, rather than what we don't. What the fuck was all that? Oh, they're gone? Thank you for playing the demo. Don't forget to wishlist the full game. Press the escape key to go back to the main menu. Dang, it ended right as it actually got pretty damn interesting. Alright, so that was Meganaut. Let's go back to the main menu. So that was Meganaut. Again, a relatively quick demo there. I like it so far. I like the world that's been built by, Rebecca. Around Lawrence Lure, this massive megastructure, the mythology being built and implied all through just murals, artwork, and our own personal observations. So I like the idea of venturing back down into this world in a very different way. It's definitely a lot more slower paced, definitely seems a lot more horror based, and really explores the, as the horrors we saw at the end of Lawrence Lure, what other horrors and monstrosities lie deep underneath this megastructure. I also like the idea of exploring different parts of said megastructure, and this one being very much underwater, having mixtures of on-land and underwater sections, going less from parkouring, and more almost into exploration, even though this is very, very linear in comparison. But if you like the game, I'll leave a link to the Steam page in a pinned comment. The demo again is free. I have no idea when the full release will come out, but I highly encourage you to keep tabs on it, as I will be doing so as well. If you liked the video, make sure to leave a like, comment on your thoughts, observations, what you like, what you didn't like, and subscribe if you'd like to see more. Otherwise, I've been SinisterHeart, and I will see you in the next video.